Today I'm going to assemble a brand new Ricker's Classicline guitar. It's a Strat, as you can see. A lot of luthiers, including us, really like to make our own models. In our case, the hybrid lines and the tree line basses and guitars. But sometimes, often, customers are either not interested in that because they are too complex. They have been dreaming about one of the classic models all their lives, and there's nothing wrong with that. In fact, I was one of those people when I was young and I really wanted a good guitar. I was really dreaming of my own Telecaster, and I couldn't find it in the shops. So my friend Jan Hedema, he told me, well, why don't you go talk to Ferdinand, because he can make a better guitar for you than you can buy in the store. And so that's how we got together. 1994. I still have it. It's my this is still my guitar. Very heavy, 4.7 kilograms. We don't usually do that anymore. So let me tell you about this Classicline. The customer came in to the shop actually, and he asked me if we could do a project. He has been dreaming for a Blackie Eric Clapton guitar for most of his life. I already made him another guitar some years back with a very specific neck, nothing extreme, but a specific width of the top nut and a very specific profile of the back of the neck. So yeah, we could do that. I want to show you a bit about the guitar. With the body, I tried to stay as close as I could to the original measurements. I have to say it's a pleasure to work with this design, because it is so well made. It's so well thought out at the time. But 60 years ago, what is it? Yeah, 60 years ago, maybe 65. A lot of things were different nowadays. So what I try to do with our guitars is to make a Classicline, but with modern features. So let me show you a bit. I'm going to put it here, the camera here. Hopefully you can see it. Yeah. So first things first, with the neck, I always change the headstock completely so it fits the strings. All the strings will go completely straight through onto every tuner, and the only way you can do this is by changing the angle here according to the tuners that you want to use. In this case, a very classic set of Goto, classic Cluson type tuners. Bone nut, of course. The frets are Dunlop 6110. It's like we almost all the time do. It is a two-piece quarter-sawn maple neck with a maple fingerboard. And what you can see here is, back in the days, they didn't put a truss rod hole here with a bullet or anything. And with the glued-on guitars that we make, we need to do that as well, because when the neck is glued on here, you can't do anything. But with a guitar like this, you have the chance to do it otherwise. And I came up with this solution. So what I did here was to make a little truss rod access in the body, and because there's a pickguard, you can easily cover that up with a pickguard like this. So the pickguard comes in like this, and I've just made a little thingy which you can take out, and then if you have the truss rod wrench, it will fit nicely into your neck, and you can adjust the truss rod. And when you're done, you can even do it through the strings. And when you're done, you just close it back up with a little screw, and then you're good to go. So hold on, before I begin with the time lapse, I want to show you the hardware. And a little bit what I forgot to tell you is that, of course, we relic this guitar a bit. Let me do it like this. After finishing this guitar with just a light nitro finish, we relicked it, and the thing with relicking is you don't want to overdo it. At least we don't. I think I years ago I made a guitar which customer really wanted to a heavy relic, and I didn't like to do that. It's not fun. But to have a light relic is completely okay. You can see that there's not much wear and tear here, but just little dings, and the guitar was buffed properly, but then we did all kinds of little dings and stuff. And the thing with this is that the customer doesn't, although it's a brand new guitar, he does not need to be afraid of any scratches, because they're already in there, and the guitar looks a bit more worn in. What I also do is I relic the hardware. As you can see, it has been drying here for the whole morning, so that should be good to go. Guitar is all done. It's always a magical moment when a guitar is going to be played for the first time, and that's the privilege of the person who makes it. Normally we ask one of our friends who really play guitar very well to show one of these instruments for us for the videos, because I'm not the best guitar player in the world. But I got this message recently from a viewer on YouTube who said, well, I can hear the players playing very well, but how does the guitar actually sound? And he's got a good point. So I thought, this time I'm just going to play it myself and just play some chords so you can hear how it sounds. I'm playing it on the Fender Fiberlux. There's nothing in between, so this is just what the guitar is. So here it is, all done, ready to go out with, in this case, a premium fusion bag, and of course an instrument certificate. Slow hand. Bye bye.